Hello friends, so today's topic is salient feature of our constitution, and in this topic we will see what are the features of our constitution. Let me first introduce what are the things we are going to study in this topic. First of all, I will say that our constitution is the supreme law of our country. It is unique in content and spirit, and it is borrowed from every part of the world. And its features are written and detailed constitution drawn from various sources, adult franchise and single citizenship, mixture of rigidity and flexibility, preamble, fundamental right and duty, directive principle of state policy, federal system with unitary base, integrated and independence of judiciary, three tiers of government, establishment of sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic and republic. So the first feature of our constitution is it is written and detailed constitution. It is one of the lengthiest constitution of the world. It took 2 years, 11 months and 18 days to write and enact. So the Indian constitution is very detailed, and it contains 448 articles which are divided into 22 parts with 12 schedules. And the three factors which contribute in this much large size of our constitution are the geographical factors, the historical factor and the single constitution for both the center and state. The another feature is drawn from various sources. The structure part is taken from the Government of India Act of 1935, and the philosophical part is taken from the American and Irish Constitution, and the political part is drawn from the British Constitution. Other provinces are drawn from the constitution of other countries like Canada, Australia, Germany and many other countries. The another feature is adult franchise, means the age should be 18. After 18 we have right to vote, and men and women enjoy equal right. And single citizenship, we have a common uniform citizenship, means we do not have citizenship for the state and country. We have only a single citizenship of our country. They are entitled of equal right and freedom and equal protection of state. Neither rigid nor flexible. Indian constitution is not that rigid that it need special procedure for its amendment, whereas not that flexible which can be amended easily. The basic structure is only the part of the constitution which cannot be amended, and it was propounded by Supreme Court in Keshwananda Bharti case, and most part of the Indian constitution can be amended by simple majority. Preamble is the objective and basic principle of the constitution. It declares India as sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic and republic and welfare state committed to secure justice, liberty and equality for the people and for promoting fraternity, dignity of individual and unity and integrity of the nation. Fundamental rights are the basic rights which are present to the peoples or the citizen of the country, and every citizen have some duties upon them which they have to do. So we will see that they are the basic rights and duties of the citizen, and in part 3 of the constitution deals with the fundamental right, and part 4a article 51 specifies 11 fundamental duties, and it was emerged by 42nd Amendment Act of 1976 on the recommendation of Swara Singh Committee, and there are 6 fundamental rights from article 14 to 32. Directive principle of state policy, they are known as novel feature by B.R. Ambedkar, and this was given to direct the government how it should work and maintain the social and economic democracy of the country. Directive principle of state policy is simply the instrument of instruction that was in the Government of India Act of 1935. Federal system under the another feature is federal system with unitary base. Indian constitution provides for a federal system with unitary base. The Indian constitution established federal feature like two government, division of power, written constitution and supremacy of the constitution, etc. And the Indian constitution also contains large number of unitary features like from a central single constitution, single citizenship, flexibility of the constitution and integrity of the judiciary, etc. Another is integrated and independence of judiciary. Independence of judiciary is important for the purpose of fair justice. The Supreme Court of India work at at the apex level and the High Court at the state level, and other courts work under the High Court. There are 24 state high courts working in all part of the country, and the constitution had made various provisions to ensure the independence, like security of tenure of the judge, fixed service conditions and salaries, etc., for the judge to be fair and free. Three tier of government. India is a federal republic with three tier of government. It works in a horizontal manner. There is a local level, then state level. Up above that, it has a central level. In 73 and 74 constitutional amendment give recognition and protection to the local government. And the last feature is establishment of sovereign socialist secular democratic republic. Our country is sovereign socialist secular democratic and republic country. Here, sovereign here means that our country is governed by its own. There is no external power which is governing our country. And socialist means that it promotes equality among people and ensures welfare. And so secular means it promotes peace between various communities in our country. Democratic means that the power to govern is given to the people. They choose by election they choose their government. And the last word is republic, and republic means that our government is not, our president is not any monarchical or nominated head. He is chosen for the fixed tenure of 5 years. So thank you. Like, share and subscribe.